hate puppies.
Yeah, you do.
Loves moving. It's a good podcast.
Yes, it is.
I feel threatened.
No, I don't. I'm in Antigua.
I mean,
You think I'm kidding? That dude's like in Antigua.
dude, literally a 10-day vacation saying, finally some R&R. I
He
could
did.
not believe it.
He did send
And I
that.
saw multiple people on their Facebook post be like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, oh yeah.
So he's getting called out for
oh,
his
yeah.
world travels?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, respect.
He must be working because
He's closing deals.
He's closing deals, so I give him the credit. But I mean, I have never seen anything like it in my life. Look,
You can't.
I'm
don't hate him, man.
I'm breaking the fourth wall. I am jealous.
Don't
I
hate
mean,
the.
I am-
Okay.
I am
Okay.
extremely jealous. I've never taken so many vacations in my entire life, times 10, and this isn't an exaggeration. The dude is living a lifestyle that I've never seen anyone live, and I am jealous. I would love to have his vacation, a month of his vacations. It's just,
A month of his vacations, you couldn't. No bank account could handle that.
I'm not even talking about the money. I just don't know how. I don't know how you can afford to, not afford, but like how you can be not around work and responsibilities like that. Like it's just wild. to me.
I think the real estate game has changed. You don't
it
have
really
to have
has.
open houses as
Yeah.
much. You just kind of be like, I just got to move the paperwork. I got to make sure everything goes well. I broker the deal.
There's no more shaking hands and
Kissing babies.
I mean, there's none of that.
Oh, there is. I think he squeezes it all in. When are we having our open house? Tuesday the 16th. Because that's the only day I'm in the country.
That is wild. Good on you, Stu.
That's right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems, or at least bringing them up.
Yeah.
And hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend or avoiding.
Or not.
Because we've certainly found more of those as of late.
I'm having trouble finding beer that we haven't done.
You know where it's gotten really sad is like there was a time in the first couple of years of the podcast where you could very easily like run up to the corner gas station.
Yeah.
And you'd walk through and go, oh. And so today I popped in a corner gas station, got some ice for the cooler, and I was like, okay, let's knock this out. And I looked and I was like, let's look through all the 22s. And I was like, done it. And I was like, damn. The only thing they had left was some kind of new energy drink alcoholic punch. And I was like, not interested.
Yeah.
And they had like 8 different flavors. And I was like, yeah, I remember Four Loko and all this stuff, you know. I'm good.
Have we done the Guinness cold brew coffee
Yes.
nitro? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. See, I'm glad you didn't buy that tonight.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
tonight I had to throw it on you.
I walked up and down the Publix aisle, I don't even know how many times, just second guessing every decision. Like, and then I found a couple, but they were like local, and I was kind of like, well,
I like something that everyone can get.
yeah, that's kind of what we do. So I kind of veered away from the local stuff, but I still was like, I would pick something up and be like, I think we've done this. Like, I didn't want to.
It's tough, man. It's tough. We need to move.
Yeah.
Then we can start doing locals there.
There we go.
No, that's it. Remotes.
Remote.
Every month we just pick a new place and we live there.
There we go.
And we do all 50
Problem
states.
solved. We won't put Stu out.
We'll just catch it. It'll be the same,
Yeah.
you know? Be like, we're in San Diego. Perfect. I'll be there in April. Exactly. The same amount of ones. Even Ely, if we'd been in like Texas, where did he go? He went somewhere crazy. Just picked up a
went
car.
to Texas. He shot us a text with a car in it and said, guess who's flying to Texas Monday? Now, I know nothing about this car. I
The
saw
Cadillac
pic-
CTSV, right?
Yeah. But I guess it's a rare one.
It's basically a Corvette in a Cadillac. You know, it's a wolf in wolf's clothing.
Well,
Basically.
no, it's a wolf in a
But it ain't
maybe
sheep's clothing.
an old wolf's clothing. Like, to me, that car isn't.
That
like
car
a-
is mean.
It's not a head turner to me. It looks like just an old like a Cadillac.
It's a head turner to a gearhead. Like
I guess they would know, yeah.
They see those angles on it and they're like, is that? And it's basically the baddest Cadillac CTSV there.
Yeah, it's got the Corvette motor in it, right?
Yeah. It is.
It's a race car.
Yeah.
So yeah, he and his oldest son flew to Texas, bought it, and drove it home.
That's right.
Which if you're gonna get a new car, that's fun.
That's a dope ride. Dude, you see what's on the screen back here? This is football.
I can't believe it.
We're watching football. Now, granted, this will come out tomorrow, so this game will already be over. So allow me to make a prediction. So I have a belief in preseason gambling because I'm a degenerate that I like to gamble during the preseason a lot.
You like to gamble a lot anyway, all the time.
I do, but all right, so in preseason it's easier because come like the second half, right? Everything's equal. Everybody's a scrub.
Yeah.
These dudes are losers. So the only thing on the field that matters to me when it comes to preseason gambling is the coach.
Okay.
Because the coaching staff is still, they're doing all their things. Now, if the players can execute or cannot,
Yeah.
sure, that's the wild card. But a good coach should always beat a bad coach because they're like, hey, I noticed that this team's defense sucks at X.
Yeah, but does Coach X want to show all his cards in the preseason?
No, it's bare bones.
Okay.
But a good coach will always know, okay, I see an angle, I'm going to exploit it. A bad coach goes, I can't understand why it's not working.
Who are the coaches tonight?
So you got Josh McDaniels and then whoever the schmuck for Jacksonville is.
And McDaniels is of the Belichick.
Yeah, but he's been the
right?
offensive coordinator there forever. Now he's already had a stint, right, in the NFL, and it did not go very well.
Where was he? Where'd that go wrong?
The head coach for, was it Denver?
That sounds right.
And then it didn't work out, so he ended up going back under Belichick, got his legs under him again. Now he's coming back out. Tonight, it's a lock. And this will come out tomorrow, so we'll see if my locks are good.
Did you take into consideration that it's raining?
What do I care? Josh McDaniels is going to outcoach the other dude because it's his first time on the field. He's trying to prove that he's got it going on. If he has to go to a running game, he'll go to a running game. Whatever it takes. I'm not worried about it. I got all my money on Josh McDaniels winning this thing. And it's going to work.
Well, you're never wrong.
Not when it comes to gambling. I am really good at this. No, but that's my little pro tip for how you gamble on preseason football. Don't look at the teams.
We'll see if it pays out.
Look at the coaches. Well, the reason I believe this pays out is I was in Vegas for one weekend in the middle of preseason football, and it was like I was like, this sucks, man. And then I came up with my theory, and I bet on every game. I just looked at the coaches, like which coach, and I was like, who's the better coach? And I just took them down the line. And it was probably my single greatest winning percentage that I've ever had in a weekend of gambling.
70%?
Yeah, 75, I would say, 75%.
Hey, that's great if you can get it.
For one weekend, I felt like a king, especially considering the craps tables were just extracting $100 bills out of me. So I took it. I'm good with it. And I'm fairly confident that it'll pay off again.
You know, I don't have the gambling bug, and it's just...
That's good.
It's so foreign to me. There's so many people that do, and it's so weird to me as an outsider just sitting back and watching them lose and lose and lose, and then they'll have a good weekend and say, oh, man, I did great. Or even if they go somewhere and they gamble and gamble and gamble, and they only lose $100 or whatever is a small amount of money.
$100 hurts me.
Well, a lot of people will say that's a win. You know, like, oh, well, I had a good, I was there for a day or 2 days. And
you mean in Vegas?
Anywhere, just anywhere. Like,
well, you're not talking sports gambling specifically, like being at a casino.
I'm just talking gambling in general. Like, to me, losing $10 hurts as much as losing $100.
So that's so I will say if I go to a casino and I lose $100, $200, but I've been drinking all night for free air quotes.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind that. But if I have a weekend of just gambling on sports through an app and I lose the same amount of money, no, I feel horrible. I'm like, that was a bad weekend. Now, I know people who bet, a few $1,000s on a game, and that just is foreign as shit to me. But when you get to a certain point, it's all just ones and zeros. It's just data points. You're like, 1-1, lost 1, 1-2, lost 1. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it's $10 increments I'm swinging. For someone, it's $1,000. But it all comes back to like your ratio. You're either up or down.
Yeah.
So I get it. I just don't have the cojones.
Yeah, I don't know. I've done some gambling. I've won a couple, but lost way more, and just the feeling of losing hurts way more than the thrill of winning.
Honestly, the biggest rush for me is the moment I hit send.
Yeah.
It's not the winning. It's not the losing. It's the, shit.
The anticipation.
Yeah. That's exactly
I'll
right.
tell you the one gambling I would get down with. I like gambling when it's literally gambling. When you were just throwing a few bucks, whatever a few bucks is to you, on a long shot, where it's like, I'm really getting paid out. When you're doing the 1-for-1 bets, I'm like, if you're doing the 2-for-1 type stuff, it still doesn't get my blood flowing. But like, if I throw $10 down and I have a chance to win $1,000, to me, that's exciting. Like, that's like, holy cow. Now, the chances are, obviously, the odds are you're not going to hit it. But to me, that's where it's like, I've turned nothing into something here.
I do love a long shot.
Yeah.
I do love a long shot. My favorite long shot story, and it's not a great one, but I was at this like horse track. I got a buddy who like he would actually train horses and raise horses, and that was kind of his thing. So he took me in the back in the paddock, you know, and like we're looking at all the horses, and this one horse is walking around, and this motherfucker cannot walk. Like his muscles are so just stiff that like he can't do a normal walk. He's like chunka walking around the paddock, and I'm like, bro can't walk. All he can do is run. Like his muscles are just too big. They've got him on so many steroids.
This is what your insight told you.
This is what my gut was telling me. So I was like, I'm going to bet on that horse because that dude looks like he'd only be comfortable at 1,000 miles an hour because he can't walk. So I go in there and I look, and it's like
the muscled up guy at the gym who can't like literally walk or like scratch his shoulder or the back of his head, but like you put him on a bench and he's throwing up 600 pounds. You're like, okay, well now that's your natural habitat.
I would go with like Ben Johnson in the Calgary Olympics way back in the day. He's just huge. He's got all these muscles, and everyone's like, what the hell? And all the sprinters are like lithe. And then he just crushes them. And when he walked, he was like thunk, thunk, thunk.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I looked at this horse. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I go up to the thing, and they're like, oh yeah, that's like 80-1.
Oh wow, really?
And I was
really
like,
far off.
I was like, well then $5. And they were like, on what? And I was like, just win it all on account of all he can do is run.
So you picked him to win, not even place or show.
No, because it was very clear to me that this dude was just a winner. And he came out and he led from the jump and just smoked the whole place. And I'm screaming, and these old guys come over and they're like, I can't believe that, man. Like, how did you pick it? Like, what?
Did he win?
Yeah. Oh, he crushed him.
Wow.
No, it wasn't even like literally from the jump. That dude was 2 horse lengths ahead of everybody. And it was always between 5 lengths and 2 lengths the whole damn way.
Wow.
I was like, this guy's fucking beast. I was like, I've got the gift. And these old guys are like, what did you know?
You turned
what
500
was the secret?
into what? $450, something like that? $500?
I took $5 and turned it into like $400.
Nice.
Which all got spent at the Golden Horseshoe. Just a very interesting place. If anyone's been to Charlestown, West Virginia, there would be aware of the Golden Horseshoe. But the guys were like, well, what's the secret? Like, how did you know? I was like, the dude couldn't walk. And they were like, you're an idiot. And they walked away from me. And in my mind, I was like, but it was like my favorite long shot win.
That's a big win.
Yeah, and then the Golden Horseshoe, the long shots there got paid.
That's a gentleman's establishment, I'm assuming?
Never been, don't know.
Because I think it's I've never been to Charlestown, but in Vegas, I think it was a casino.
That's what it was.
Okay, we'll go with that.
It was this is actually one of the greatest gentlemen's clubs of all time because you drive out, right? And it's not far from the racetrack, which now has a casino, so I'm sure this place is probably gone by now. Well, actually, might be bigger.
Yeah.
Golden Horseshoe Square.
We've expanded.
Yeah. But you used to walk
Golden Horseshoes.
It was a $5 cover, which already, right?
Instead of 20.
That's amazing. Yeah. $5 cover.
From what I heard.
When you walk through the door, to the left is a pool room. Literally pool tables.
Okay. I was thinking pool, like
no,
bathing suit.
just pool tables. Like you could sit around and shoot pool, which you've never seen in a gentleman's club
No,
ever.
no.
They're like, get over here, get with this, waste your money.
Yeah.
No, this place is like, I mean, we recognize the talent's not great. You guys can go shoot pool. You guys go do whatever you want.
You can look from afar.
They get a fucking Galaga. Like,
Nice.
Like, I want to shoot aliens rather than look at what you've got.
Yeah.
Then they've
I
got
want to
like,
play 80s arcade games
Yeah.
for $0.25 a pop.
then they've got actually like chill ass areas. They have a bar that runs the whole damn length of the place, and it's just full of people like actually drinking and hanging out. And then of course they have a stage. And they got all this.
Sounds like the girls are secondary, if not further down
Like
the
they
line.
had to put together a whole bar.
Yeah.
Also has a strip club,
Yeah.
which made it to me like heavenly
Yeah.
because there is something truly awkward about just sitting at a stage, ogling women, and then doing this move. Oh, no. These singles are not for you, Grossy.
Yeah.
You keep moving. And then when your friend comes out, all of a sudden the singles are not coming. It always just feels weird.
Never liked it. Never liked
It's
it.
an odd vibe. Some people love that shit. I just...
The Richards Rendezvous here in town used to be a restaurant or something. It had the like small stage and it had like booths around the perimeter. And my favorite thing was just to sit in a booth,
chill.
The food wasn't bad, if you can believe it. And then
Good club sandwich.
whoever I'd go up there with bachelors usually, and I give the bachelor $5-10. Say take it up there. You sit at the thing.
Yeah, you go get weird. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be over here eating chicken fingers.
Exactly.
If you tried the honey mustard,
Yeah. Delicious.
it's better than the tits.
Yeah.
And that was it. But not at the Golden Horseshoe. You could do whatever you wanted. Like, it was a bar.
Yeah.
I liked that. And there, you're in the wilds of West Virginia. Like, $1 goes a lot further
Oh yeah.
in West Virginia than it does in Las
Probably had
Vegas.
multiple beers you could get for $1.
They had $2 Coors Lights.
Yeah.
What strip club has a beer special?
None.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
The girls come over and go, buy me a drink. You go, what do you want? Pepsi.
Yeah.
$20.
Yep.
There, it's like, yeah, sure, whatever, go away.
I've never been raked over the coals at a strip club, but I've heard horror stories about that kind of stuff, and it's like pretty scary and surprising that it's legal where they can do that. Where it's like you just think you're talking to somebody and they're charging stuff up on your
Yeah.
account, and next thing you know, you're
That's the favorite. Hey, buy me a drink. Well, what are you drinking? Just a Sprite. Oh,
you
sure.
work here. Don't you get free drinks? What are we doing here?
It's $20 a Sprite, and 15 of it goes in her pocket.
Yeah.
So it's like she can just sit there and save her dignity for a little bit and get $15. I mean, it's a racket,
Yeah.
but not at the Golden
The whole
Horseshoe.
the whole thing's weird.
I still
in
spent
and of itself.
all that money. But I mean, it was a blast.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of place that I'd rather be in. How did we get down this road?
Was not on the topic sheet.
I wanted to start talking about wake surfing.
Oh yeah.
So I spent the last weekend down in South Carolina, Kenawee, Lake Kenawee.
Lake Kenawee.
Is that a thing?
I think that's it.
I drove through Winchester.
Oh, did you?
I drove through where your dad lives.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to describe Winchester. You've been.
I've never been.
Oh, allow me to tell you. So you're coming down a main road, right? You turn left. There's a sign that says, "Welcome to Winchester." Now there's a sign you're leaving Winchester.
Yeah.
It was that quick.
I hear it. Yeah.
It was insane. How many people live in that town?
I don't know. I've never been. He moved there like 3 years ago, and I've never been.
Dude, it's got a little small town charm for about 30 seconds.
You blink and you're out of
and
it.
then you are out.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. 'cause
It's almost in Georgia. Like, it's
Well, so
up there.
I flew to Atlanta. and
Okay.
then
That's
drove.
how, I was wondering how you got there because,
I flew to Atlanta Jim's house.
yeah.
So flew there, and then we caught it. We left the next day. Oh, you're gonna. This is the most Brendan story
Uh-oh.
in the world. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm assuming it involves lakes and lake houses. And
It's not like this is. I get to the Atlanta airport and I have a rental car. Now I have rented myself a mid-size sedan. For
Okay.
About $40 a day. They had the eco car. It was like $30, and I was like,
yeah.
splurge a little. Why not? I get to the Hertz counter to grab my rental car, and the lady goes, "Sure you don't want like a Mustang GT convertible?"
Oh, no.
And I go, I go, nah, I'm good. Honestly.
For an upgrade charge, like it wasn't like a
clearly.
swap. Okay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
but she didn't say that at first.
Oh, okay.
She goes, "You sure you don't want a Mustang
She just
GT?"
put that earbug in your head.
She did.
First. Yeah.
She goes, "You sure you don't want a Mustang GT convertible?" And I was like, "Nah, but those Dodge Chargers look sweet." And I was like, "And honestly, I'm a Jeep guy."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, we don't have any Jeeps on the lot, but if you upgraded to the Mustang GT convertible," so she's like selling me.
Yeah. She's a sucker.
So I'm like, well, how much is an upgrade for the Mustang GT convertible? And she's like, well, it's only about like $100 a day more.
Only?
And I'm like, I'm at $40. I was like, that doesn't really add up.
Well, and most of the time you're not driving.
Yeah. And she goes, well, who'd you fly in on? And I was like, Delta. She goes, oh, you get it. See, there's a Delta discount. It's down to $80 now.
Oh, now she's in your wheelhouse.
So now I'm like, well, boy, we are saving money.
Yeah.
and then I'm like, she runs the numbers, and I'm like, oh boy, that's like $300 some dollars. Nah, you know what?
You were renting it for 3 days?
Literally, I landed.
Were you
Thursday.
driving back to Atlanta to fly back out?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I didn't want to disturb them. I had to catch a flight out of Atlanta Sunday early.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like, hey, everybody wake up, clean your house up, and then drive me back. And my buddy Atlanta Jim was in a cornhole tournament, and I was like, you got your tournament, do your thing. I was like, I'll just rent a car.
You're a guest.
It's
You don't
$30-some
wanna be-
a day. It's really not that big of a deal. I'll just drive there, and we'll take this shitty Eco Box. No problem.
How long a drive was it?
45 minutes to his house from the airport, and then it's a 2-hour drive from his house to the lake.
So you were going to get some wheel time. So
Hell yeah.
So being in a ship box isn't
No,
enjoyable.
and being in a Dodge Charger would have been cooler.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't really want the Mustang. I was like, the wind in the hair, I don't need it. Like, strangely.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this guy comes over and he's like, hey, heard you guys talking about the Jeeps. You know, we did just get a Jeep back in. It's just on the lot right now. It's ready to go. And I'm like, well, shut the front door. How much is the Jeep? And she's like, it's actually $10 less than the best deal I can get you on the Mustang.
Now she's really in your wheelhouse.
She is getting me. I still spend $300 more. But I was like,
So you got the Jeep.
yeah. I looked at my wife. I was like, well, clearly we're getting the Jeep.
Yeah.
And she was like, why? We're just driving there and then we're driving out there. And I was like, let me handle the adult talk.
Yeah.
Barbara, we're taking the Jeep.
What kind of Jeep was it?
4-door Wrangler.
What? But like soft top?
Hard top, brand new, but I popped the tops right out immediately.
the
At least
top
the ones
one?
right
Yeah,
above
yeah.
you know, pop those out, threw them in the back. But yeah, I literally drove to his house.
Yeah,
then I
but-
drove to the lake. Then it parked for 2 days. And then I drove back.
But you didn't get the full. To me, the full Jeep effect is top off,
Top
doors
off.
off.
I wanted doors off. That was
Doors off is. I'd rather have a top with no doors.
I agree.
Keep the sun off you.
We're driving down there. It starts fucking raining.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, baby, if we keep it above 50, I mean, you don't even feel the fucking rain. Like, most of it's hitting the winch because it's a brick.
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
you're taking most of it out. And Atlanta Jim actually pulls over. He's like pulling over, like, because he's like, I know they're gonna want to put the top on, and I'm putting my hand out like, go, motherfucker, go.
yeah.
Like, I'm driving. It's a rental.
Yeah.
Like, I was joking with him before we left. I go, you know what the most capable vehicle in the world is? A rental Jeep.
That's right.
Because a Jeep's already pretty capable, but a rental Jeep.
Shit, a rental ship box. You'll.
I
see what
came
it
in.
can
I came
do.
into his neighborhood. He had those like speed bumps in the neighborhood. I never hit the brakes.
Just slammed
Not
them.
once. Bam, bam, bam. I was like, hell yeah, this is how you drive a Jeep. Sorry, I digress.
So did you keep the top off, and you didn't get too wet?
No, it was
Nice.
great. Like, as long as you're moving, it was
Yeah.
perfect. We did it one stoplight, and it was like, boy, we're getting a little wet. And then we started going. We're like, jackpot.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But yeah, it went through Winchester, top down,
Nice.
slight rain, living the dream.
That's hilarious. You've been
So-
closer to my dad's house than I have.
I waved. I'm pretty certain I was close enough that he was on his front porch. He would have seen me because I'm not kidding. There's nothing there.
Allegedly, where he lives is down this like dirt road, and it's his house and another's house.
He might have been the only person
Yeah.
who couldn't see me in Winchester.
Yeah.
Because if I had to guess, there's dozens of people who live there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And you know who told me your dad lives there? Atlanta Jim.
Oh, really? Because he's a listener.
He's a listener. He goes, hey, we're going through Winchester tomorrow. And I was like,
And
irrelevant. He goes, Troy's dad. And I was like, wait, that's the town? And he's like, yeah. I was like, how did you know that? He's like, Troy said it a couple times on the podcast. I was like,
I've said it a couple times.
fair enough. I was like, I'm just on it. You know?
Y'all didn't go through Helen, Georgia, did you?
I don't think.
You'd know. It's a cool little Bavarian-looking town. Looks like.
Oh
something
no,
out
I
of-
would have noticed
out of the
that.
Alps. It's real cool looking.
But I definitely noticed Winchester because Atlanta Jim was like, I'm going to point
That's
it out.
awesome.
And as soon as we got there, he's pointing all frantic. He's like, look, there's
Yeah.
the sign. And then we were out of it. And I was like, wow, that was quick. But so we went to his house.
Of all the places in the world my dad could live, that's where he chooses.
I mean, that is in the middle of nowhere, dude.
He's around 0 family members. He's got family in Southern Florida, Louisiana, and Virginia.
You know what else he's not around? A grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, this place was cool.
Yeah.
Charming.
Oh, they have to go to Seneca to do anything.
That adds up.
Yeah.
I would describe it as quaint.
It's something.
But so I had the privilege of learning how to wake surf this past weekend.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've always wanted to.
And so Atlanta Jim has the boat for it.
He's got a wake boat.
And he's got the wake boat. Now, granted, you can spend $1 million on a wake boat if you really want to. But he's got the nicest wake boat I've ever set foot on. Like, I walked down to his dock and I was like, yo, dude, like, what the hell is this? Like, this is truly impressive.
You're like, whose boat is this?
Yeah, who'd you kill? So, riding this wake boat.
You didn't have to rent this boat just for me.
Yeah, exactly. Here, you don't have to do all this for me. I'm
I
impressed.
was coming in either way, buddy.
Yeah, I was impressed either way. So got on this boat, man, and like we get out there and he's like, all right, well, let's do some wakeboarding. Now I haven't been wakeboarding in years, and I got out on
Never
this,
wakeboarded.
man, I got out on this
I was
wakeboard.
assuming wake surfing's different.
It very much. But I wanted the wife to see that all those times I was talking about I was going wakeboarding, like I can wakeboard.
Can do it, yeah.
But it'd been a long time since I'd done it, so I was nervous. And he was like, yeah, it's going to take you a few times to get your legs under you. Man, that was like riding a bike. I pulled up, I came off that, and like I was hitting 180s, 180 grabs,
Nice.
landing, like coming around. I was like, okay, like I still got this. So I was like, I'm done with this. Like this is old news. I want to learn how to wake surf. We had that thing tricked out, ballast all leaning.
Oh, yeah, you get a-
big old wake going.
That thing, that kills gas.
Kills it. Dude, we were adding thousands and thousands of pounds of water
Oh,
into
yeah.
this boat. Man, that is the hardest
Yeah,
damn
for those
thing.
who don't know, a wake boat has ballast on either side, and you add water to push it down push the boat further down into the water, and you go real slow when you're wake surfing, and creates this massive wake behind you where you can actually, I mean, you're going really slow, but you get up being pulled, and you're real close to the boat, and then you let go of the rope, and you're just literally surfing the wake.
the wake because
Yeah.
the boat has taken on so much water,
Yeah,
but yet still on
it's
under
sucking up
power.
so much gas.
Man, so we were throwing the most beautiful wave, and I'm just so much bigger than that little board is designed to
Yeah.
keep buoyant. Like he's like, man, it's weird. My kids can do it. He's like, but I have a hard time. I'm like, dude, we're like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, he's less than me, but
You still got to have the right board.
you gotta have the right board. I was like, this isn't buoyant enough for us. I'm like, we're standing on it with
It's
the
going
rope,
under.
and it's under the water.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't right. So we're having to like shuffle our feet into the center of the board so that the buoyancy is out at either end.
Uh-huh.
And then you're trying to like get in the wake. Man, that first day I got up first try, which he was like, I've never seen anyone do that. You're a natural. I was like, don't pat me on the back. I can't get in the
Yeah,
wake.
yeah.
It was so hard. But by day 2, I was able to kind of get in the wave. And there was a point there where I was actually able to toss the rope. And I probably rode for like 7-8 seconds.
Nice.
Like just in the wave, like moving, carving. So I felt good about that, but I'm not there. And it was really disappointing to like see a sport that
You got to have the right tools, man. Y'all didn't have the right tools.
but I had the boat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I'm never going to have a better opportunity than that.
But he only had a board that was fit for his kids because he's obviously working the whole time. Like he's not getting
He
to do
is.
it.
He's got a beginner's board that the kids are killing it on.
Yeah.
And he and I were like, fucking drunken scientists.
Yeah.
Like the whole first night sitting around the solo stove. Get a shout out solo stove. We're sitting around the solo stove, and just like, it's got to be a buoyancy issue, bro. Maybe we don't have enough weight. We went out the next morning. literally with our coffee, not drinking, no one on the boat, and just we're like, all right, fill this ballast this much, this one this much. All right, what's that wake look like? All right, switch it to this. What's that wake look like? Like just playing with it all morning, and then came back and got the women, and we're like, we're going to show you something.
We figured it out.
Yeah. Watch us sink on a better wave is what happened.
You girls are going to be so heated up after watching this.
That's all I was thinking was just moisture.
Was the wife impressed that you could wakeboard?
The wife honestly said, she was like, there was a moment there where I looked out there and she was just like, damn, I really love that man. Like, he's kind of a badass. And I was like,
That's shocking.
no, dude, she doesn't volunteer an opinion about anything ever. And I was like, baby, that is like the nicest thing you ever said. She's like, no, I'm just saying. And I was like, no, stop.
Yeah. Be
That's
quiet.
the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
I always assume that when us guys do stuff like that, we assume that, it's going to, our women will be impressed.
Isn't that the truth? I felt like
I feel like
kid.
it never is.
I felt like a kid out there because, you're like, Mom, Mom, I'm going to jump in. What? Mom.
Yeah.
And then that's how I felt. I was like, baby, what? Hey, watch this. We're 180. Like, that's basically how I felt. But it worked.
Good on you.
I've been pulling that shit since I was 13. Finally worked.
Yeah. Trying to get somewhere and not getting anywhere. I mean, I feel like us guys do that sort of stuff expecting like instant, like the girl passing out and fanning herself. And it's just,
But don't we all?
But isn't it normally just like us
It doesn't
and other
work that
dudes
way.
that are impressed?
Yeah.
Like,
And then what do your buddies say? Nice wipeout, nerd.
yeah.
That's all we care about. We never are happy when you hit the backflip. But when you crack your neck doing a backflip, highlight of the day.
Yeah. That is weird.
We hate each other.
Well, I am impressed. I am impressed when someone does something that I wouldn't expect them to be able to do. But like if I saw you wakeboard, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he's talking about wakeboarding.
I literally used to wakeboard every Thursday for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So like if I can't wakeboard, you'd be more shocked.
Yeah.
But wake surfing, man, I'm not there yet. That's a heartbreaker.
It's easy though. I've never done it, and I say it's easy because I've seen non-athletic people do it. Like
Once you understand how to manage your weight,
Yeah.
yes, I believe it is easy. But the board, I certainly need some help from the board.
yeah. But if you can wakeboard, you already know how to feel yourself around on the water and keep the board under you.
Yeah. No, there was certainly a lot of things that translated. I was like, okay, this is surfing, move this way, do this. But it's hard.
I'd like to try it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have a lemonade stand. Let's get the $75,000 needed to
Yep.
get a boat that can even do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock stars.
I could sell my place at the lake and put a down payment on the boat that would do it.
Boom. And then we'll be set. And we'll tow it there
Yeah.
every week. Ugh. What a miserable sport.
Good on him. How was the rest of the lake? Can only assume his lake house was dope and
It
all
was
that.
beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, it was worth it. The thing that wasn't worth it is then I had to immediately board a plane Sunday, fly to Pittsburgh, and work.
What do they get out there a lot?
They seem to get out there like all the time.
Was it, you said it's 2.5 hours?
2 hours.
It's not too bad.
2 hours is about the amount of time that
2
you're
hours
like.
is where I would draw the cutoff.
I mean, he must get out there enough because on Wednesday he was like, "Hey, what do you want?" And like was asking me stuff, and he's like, "Cool, I'm gonna drive it up there." And he like loaded the fridge on a Wednesday and came home. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, he had some work thing he had to do.
Well, you can probably work from home
Yeah.
or remotely.
So close enough that you can do stuff like that.
Working remotely is just a game changer.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, those who can, it's awesome. I can't recommend it enough.
I agree. I mean, I'm traveling, but also working from home. It just makes everything so much easier.
It really does.
My wife's actually like excited to try to get a work from home gig. 'Cause
Nice.
She's like, we could just, like have coffee in the morning together. I was like, I never even thought about that, but like that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like just to like peel away for 30 minutes and have coffee together.
Well, and like you could like if you want to go somewhere Friday, you can hit the road a little early and work while you're traveling, or
It depends on the gig.
depends on the gig.
I've noticed in my world, like unless I take off, I really can't.
Yeah, you're
Shut
kind
it
of tied
down.
to your
Like I work from home, but I'm always at my desk. You've seen my B reels?
Yeah, but imagine if you had a 35, 40-minute commute to work added on top
Miserable.
of that. Yeah.
Miserable. No, I want no part of that.
Yeah.
I want no part of that anymore. Like can we all agree we've gotten to the point where anyone except a waiter or waitress can work from home?
It sure seems like it.
Hey, when do we stop saying the word waitress?
I'm sure we have. Server, isn't that the new thing?
Oh, did I miss it?
Server is a word.
Because now that like everybody's an actor. There's no actresses.
And everyone's a comedian, not comedian if you're a female.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, that was a thing.
But now everyone is an actor.
Yeah.
There's no actresses. You say that, you sound very
Do they not?
2000.
Well, they call it in the award ceremony. Female actor? Do they even do that still?
Oh, shit. Have they not fixed it?
I don't know.
That's very interesting. I don't know that they have.
Ironically had always been.
It always should have just been actor.
Yeah,
Like, why do we have to say Sigourney Weaver wasn't as good as Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Like, no, Sigourney was
acting
better.
is acting. Like
It's acting.
not like, oh, you're a male actor, so you're not as good as the female, or vice versa. Like
But when can I just start calling my waiter a waiter?
a server. I think server's the new thing.
I think waiter sounds better than server.
Server does sound pretty gross.
It sounds kind of shitty.
Like you're here to serve me.
That's right.
But waiter is basically a play on waiting on me.
I understand that, but it sounds better.
Well, what's gotten me with this whole thing is, and it's kind of a take of COVID, is one, everything's now automated to where they can set the tip up, and it starts at 20% now, which is just insane to me. And a lot of it's like, I'm not a DoorDash guy, we've talked about, but like, I'll pick up food and they'll flip the thing around and be like 20, 25, or 30%. I'm like, I drove out here and picked this food up. Like, you didn't even wait on me. You just brought it from the chef. You boxed it up and put it in front of me. Like,
Even me as a exorbitant tipper, I'm a 10% when I pick up.
that's what I tend to do too. But like, you got to go out of your way to give them 10%.
Hey, can I give you a follow-up on the DoorDash situation over here?
Oh, yeah.
Remember how you...
Yeah, I wound you up.
It all just kind of like... Yeah, so the next day I was like, hey, baby. I was checking my credit card statement, and I paid for all that ramen.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I paid for that.
Oh, I thought y'all had already deduced all that.
No. This all came out on the pod.
Oh.
No, I only
You
pieced
knew
it
it.
together.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I knew it, and then I
thought
walked
you'd
out
already
here.
talked about it.
No, I hadn't even seen it. Like,
okay.
I literally figured it out and came out here and talked about it. And then I was like, yeah, like, that was amazing. And then she was like, oh my gosh, you know what? I remember that now. She's like, when I was... No. She goes,
Ain't in the cookie jar. I totally remember that. now
no,
that you
because
mention it.
she turned to my eldest daughter and goes, oh shit, that was daddy's credit card that just went through. She's like, you got to remind me of that. And so my daughter even corroborates the story. But so tonight we went out to dinner before here, and she was like, no. That's exactly how much DoorDash cost. Let me get this one. It's like,
Wow.
fair enough.
Wow.
The debt has been paid. So I do owe a follow-up. I figured I should bring that up.
Interesting, but had you said anything?
Never would have happened. No. Never would. But there was never an argument. She was
That's
like,
good.
She was like, oh shit, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Like, that's right. You paid for, and tonight she bought dinner. I'll take it.
So she was willing to drop $100 on some ramen,
Yes.
which sounds insane.
Yeah, but at least that's her insanity.
I mean, yeah.
You know, that's her. You know what I had tonight? Boy, I'm all over the board. You know how I started loving old fashions ever since Ray came on here?
Yeah.
Ray made the greatest old fashioned I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
It changed my whole trajectory on old fashions. Now I love them. So I was like, maybe I've been wrong about Manhattans all along. So I ordered a Manhattan tonight. Tried it. I would literally cram a gerbil up my ass than drink a Manhattan.
It was that bad?
I can't stand them.
I forget what's even in a Manhattan.
Bourbon,
Yeah.
Grand Marnier,
Yeah.
some other kind of bitter, some other bullshit.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, it was
And
so.
it was made with good ingredients.
Yeah,
and
we
good
were
bourbon.
we were at a nice place. Oh, it was Bullet Rye,
Yeah.
probably the perfect, standard Manhattan. Ugh, horrible. Literally kept hitting the back of my mouth, like all sweet and tart.
Did you get it down though?
Yeah, I'm a grown up. My wife was like, return it. And I was like, but it tastes exactly like a Manhattan should
Yeah,
taste.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is how I remember it sucking in the past, and it still sucks now.
Well, you can't return something just because you don't like it.
That's my logic.
That's
like,
my logic.
I was like,
too.
that's what a
If
Manhattan.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and order a fruity whatever drink, like, and I don't like it, guess who has to throw it out or chug
Yeah.
it down?
If there's a fly in it,
Yeah, yeah.
then I can be like, there is a fly in it.
Or if I order drink X and you bring drink Y,
Different.
well, now we'll have a conversation.
Different.
Yeah.
But if I order a Manhattan and you give me a perfectly poured Manhattan and it tastes like a butthole, that's on me.
Yeah, you can't be like, hey, restaurant, you eat this $15 drink. Like,
Yeah. You failed by making it too
exactly
specs.
what I wanted.
Yeah. No, but I was like, I used to have old fashions. I didn't like them. So I was like,
So
maybe I
you were
was,
just trying something else.
yeah, I was like, maybe I was wrong about the Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I tried the Manhattan. Nope. And it comes in a fucking foo-foo glass.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all like a Cosmo or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not quite as delicate as a Cosmo, but it's the same. It's a fluted,
Yeah.
like it's got a stem flared out. By
Never
it's not
liked
good.
anything in a stem.
It's just not manly.
Yeah.
Give me something in a fucking highball glass. Like, let's look like gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially like I'm having an after dinner drink. Like,
Yeah, bring it with a cigar.
I don't need a pinky out.
No, I don't. And my pinky was out instantly.
I haven't had a good cigar in forever.
You like cigars?
I like the occasional cigar, but
Yeah.
I'm also cheap, so I also don't like go. I always every time I go to Total Wine, I walk in the humidor and I walk back and forth and then walk out with nothing because I don't know enough about them to buy one, and I don't want to throw $12 away on something I'm not gonna like. And I don't have a fancy palate, so I kind of like you and I like those acids with that are flavored.
They're flavored. Those are great.
Yeah, like I like that kind of.
You
stuff.
like a black and mild?
They're okay. Yeah, I like Swisher Sweets. Like I just
Yeah, you like some basic bitch shit.
Yeah.
Might I recommend just the standard Macanudo?
Yes, I've had that.
That is a medium cigar. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
do anything right or anything wrong.
Yeah.
And anytime someone's like, let's get cigars, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take that Macanudo.
I used to get Backwoods.
Now, that's a great little shitty cigar.
Yeah. And I
Can't
never
disagree
want
with
like a whole cigar. Like they're so big and long, and like it takes an hour to.
I get short fat.
Yeah.
The fatter the ring gauge, the smoother it is for me. So I go short and fat and like get after it one time and be like, yeah, we're good.
Done.
I think that's the move.
Yeah.
Macanudo Robusto. You know what that
I'll
makes
hit
me
that
think
up
of?
next time. What?
A deli.
A deli? Is it deli time?
It's deli time.
Yeah.
You got us one tonight,
I
man.
got it.
I'm going to go grab it.
I'm scared of it. And I walked up and down the Publix beer section. I don't even know. I mean, they don't have a big beer selection, so I'm kind of not surprised. But we've done so many, I can't even keep up with it. It's crazy. What is that one? I threw the box away. I want to get the box out so I can read it because it did say something funny on it.
Oh, no. So this is the Devil's Backbone, and I love the name of this. Juicy Magic Juicy IPA. I promise you, I will be extremely disappointed if they put the word juicy twice in the name and I don't get a juicy IPA.
This thing has a deer, a buck on it. It says Buck Tradition, and this container is purple, yellow, just all sorts of 90s neon colors. The deer is rocking a sweet members only jacket that's multicolored, aviators, and a set of roller skates around his neck.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Says there's a new family in town and they're not bucking around. Drink on the wild side and buck tradition with our hero. So this is Devil's Backbone. They're local, but they do ship all
Well, they
over,
were
right?
they were bought by Anbev.
It also says Ride this hoppy set of flavor waves straight to Juice Town. Good vibes only.
See all the juice. See how many times? Look, literally, Juicy
Juice,
Magic,
juice,
Juicy IPA, juice. This thing better be juicy as shit.
Juice on top of juice.
Yeah, this better be juicy as all get out. In fact, it better be so juicy that it borderlines hazy with a tint.
It's a 7%er. So it's high octane.
That's low for an 8-point buck. There's an 8-point buck on
So
that.
they had 3 different versions of this. And they had a 6, a 7, and they were all different names, but they got that buck on them. And they had a 6, a 7, and like a 8-something or a 9-something.
So this is like the
This is the middle ground one, yeah. The 6 was the American IPA, which I didn't know if we'd had or not.
I don't do anything American. I'll tell you, the aviator glasses on this buck are pretty cool. And I'm not trying to go stew, but I didn't want to talk about the flavor yet. But those aviator glasses,
The can's cool looking.
they fall right in line. Now those roller skates, a little something to be desired there. But at first drop, I'm not mad at them for dropping juicy twice. I'm not. I'm not. That is a juicy IPA, and not hazy. Strangely,
No.
that's a double juice, no haze.
Yeah.
I'll be dang.
This is interesting because when I picked it up, I immediately thought, this is gonna suck. And not to tip my hand, but I'm not leaning towards the suck side of the scale here.
Nah, this is like when someone gladly sucks. It's a different kind of suck. This is interesting, man. I'm gonna go first
Go ahead.
because I don't want to.
You don't want me to.
I don't want to change my vote based on what you say,
Okay.
because that's kind of where I am. Like this thing,
Tell me what flavors you pick up in it,
okay?
because I haven't put a finger on it because I feel there's multiple, and you're good at picking out the flavors.
Okay, so this is going to be a strange one out the jump. Mango,
Yes, I can taste some mango.
clearly orange,
Yes.
right? So I'm going to go with mango and orange, both of which would lend themselves to juicy.
Any peach?
Little bit of peach.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where my next. So I would say mango first, orange second, which is strange because the aftertaste is orange.
Yes.
Then peach. I fucking love this beer.
This is
This is one of my favorite IPAs I've put in my mouth in a long time. Not trying to tip my hand too early, but here we go. This beer is great.
yeah, this is
At
this is a
7%, doesn't feel boozy.
no.
Aftertaste, bitter, but citrusy, but balanced, totally agreeable.
Clean,
Not mad at this one bit.
not fuzzy, like an
fuzzy.
IPA.
I'm going to go low because I can't go 4.5. But this is about a perfect IPA for me in
Yeah.
the realm that I like it. I could never go lower than a 4. It's a 4.
Wow. Yeah, I wish more people were here tonight to taste this because I'm right there with you.
It's
on
good,
everything you
dude.
said. I'm very impressed.
It's so there's not a lot of aftertaste. It's really good.
Yeah, and it is double juicy.
Double juicy.
And it's
They're
double
not
juicy
wrong.
in a good way.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said. I like whatever fruit flavors are in there. Your palate, each palate will probably decipher different ones, but there's a smorgasbord of flavors in there. All work well together. Very clean, very crisp for an IPA for 7%. Again, not boozy. Doesn't give you that IPA mouthfeel funk fur on your tongue. Like my example is whenever I have a real hoppy, gross IPA, I feel like my breath is gross. I don't even want to get up and talk
There's
to
a
anybody.
hint. There's a hint of breath.
There's a hint, but
Yeah, but it's acceptable.
But it's for what it is. I mean, it's amazing.
For a 7%,
Yeah.
double juicy IPA. I mean, come on, it should be a lot worse than this.
Yes. I was on the fence between a 3.5 and a 4, and the more I drink of this, the more I'm gonna go 4. I think this is that
Wow.
good. I really think. I mean, when you said this is the best IPA you've ever had,
Well, not ever.
Or one
but I'm
of
saying in a while, like this
I
is
can't remember one that I've enjoyed more than this.
that's good.
Very good.
Wow. Devil's Backbone just put a W on the board. Are you going 4 or 3.5?
I'm going 4. It's that good.
Oh, ring that bell.
Well, even if it was a 3.5,
We were still ringing the bell.
Oh, for sure.
That's a deli, my friends.
I want somebody else to drink this, so it's not just the two of us in an echo chamber. Like, I'd like to know someone else's thoughts on this. The double juice, what's it called again?
It's the Juicy Magic Juicy IPA from Devil's Backbone.
Look for the deer with roller skates around his neck.
Yeah, a headband on and aviators. You know who else sells
Way to
aviators?
go.
Nectar sunglasses.
Yeah, my buddy Church hit me up today. He was down. He went with me to when we were in Charleston a couple years ago and bought some from the warehouse from Sean's guys. And
Nice.
he was like, "Hey man, you still got the hookup for the nectars?" I said, "Yeah, use the code Abacus and you'll get 20% off." And he
Yeah.
was like, "Thanks, man."
This
He's gonna put
beer,
an order in.
I would get some aviators. I would drop Abacus in the coupon code at nectarsunglasses.com and I'd buy this beer and I
All
would sit
day.
back and look awesome. That was I'm blown away at how good that was.
Me too. It makes buying a $12 6-pack cut a little less.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? All right, so Troy, I'm going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 5.
Between 1 and 5, let's go 4.
4, the worst story on the board.
Do I need to pick another one?
No, this one's going to be very quick. There was a dolphin in the Netherlands that should have never been up where it was, and it got all like confused and beached, and like
Yeah.
all the people on the beach were trying to like
Save
save
it.
it. But like in the Netherlands, like the beaches got canals and
Yeah.
rivers. Like dolphins shouldn't be up in there. This dolphin.
It's funny how many fish and mammals and whatever like literally swim in the areas that they shouldn't be and get stuck.
really
It's
shouldn't.
like the home is the water, right?
like if I keep walking forward and the air keeps getting smokier and smokier,
yeah.
I'd be like, I'm going to turn around.
Yeah.
So the dolphin just keeps swimming.
Or even if you're on land and you're just walking and the world is closing in around you, you're going to be like, I don't like the feeling. I'm going to turn back and go to where it's more open.
Yeah. But in true Amsterdam style or Netherlands style, they were trying to save this dolphin. Everyone's like bleeding heart.
Yeah.
They're like, save this dolphin.
Those are always feel-good stories.
But then there's the other side of the Netherlands, right?
Oh, the
Everything
wild
goes.
and crazy side?
Anything goes.
Yeah.
This woman decides to strip naked and run out while they're trying to save the dolphin and gets on it and tries to ride it back out to sea.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And so she's
Was she
riding it
trying
out.
to ride it or was she trying to ride it?
Well, I mean, her vagina was directly on the blowhole.
Oh, hey-oh.
That part actually wasn't in the story, but I assume that's a fact. She was turning around, riding it reverse,
Yeah.
riding it cowboy. Like she did all this
Reverse
stuff.
dolphin. We've all been there.
Yeah. Clearly, dude. But dolphins know what's up, so even in this like upset stage, it was like, well, I should pleasure her. And blue bubbles.
They're very giving.
They're a very giving creature.
They're gentle lovers.
I mean, they're a mammal.
Yeah.
They get it.
There are tales of dolphins having sex with people.
There are also tales of people having sex with dolphins.
That too.
Cuts both ways.
What won't people have sex with?
It's a good. It reminds me of a Yellow Man song. You familiar with Yellow Man?
Never heard of Yellow Man.
All right. So back in the reggae day, right? You had
That does sound like a reggae singer now that you say it.
So you had your Bob Marley's, your Peter Tosh. You got your bunnies. You got your standard.
Your Shaggies.
Yeah, you got your
All the greats.
A little more modern. But there was one guy that came up. You got your Yellow Man.
All right.
Now Yellow Man. He's got a song. If anyone hasn't, go check out Yellow Man Morning Ride. and that'll give you like a little taste of Yellow Man, and you'll be like, okay, Yellow Man slaps. Now go do yourself a favor and really start diving into the Yellow Man catalog, and he's got a lyric in there where he's like, I will shove my cock between two rocks and go home quite contently.
Wow. That's deep.
Yellow Man will fuck anything.
2 rocks?
2 rocks.
You're literally between a hard space there. Like
Rock in a hard place.
Yeah.
And now it's covered in cum.
And now my penis is there.
No, but like, I love Yellow Man was such like a hardcore, like real deal that he'd be like, I'm going to literally sing about the time that I fucked 2 rocks and go home quite content.
Was he like the gangster of the reggae?
He came in the
Was he
early
the
80s.
of
So he came in the wake of like Bob Marley.
Okay.
But his stuff. Now, granted, I did not just give a good explanation, but it reminded me of Yellow Man when you said humans will bang anything.
Yes.
And it just reminded me of Yellow Man's song.
We've heard stories of humans, banging their cars.
And that's why I said go start with Morning Ride. Don't go straight to banging cars and rocks. Let's
you gotta ease into it.
Yeah, you go listen, there is good reggae, but
Yeah.
Yellow Man was great.
He sounds awesome.
He was great.
Sounds like a trendsetter.
But when he would get
And because you love reggae, how long did it take for you to try this?
between 2 rocks, never have. And so here's the
But the
difference.
night is young.
So Bob Marley, clearly, Bob Marley said like last night, rock was my pillow.
Yeah.
Bob Marley would sing about
So
how you
something
sleep
about
on
reggae
him.
and rock.
Well, I think when you live in like the jungles,
Yeah,
you don't have a whole
squalor.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a third world country at that time,
Yeah.
But Mr. Yellow Man, he didn't just sleep on those rocks; he slept with those rocks.
Yellow Man's like, hey guys, let me show you a trick.
Yeah, this stuff's awesome.
Your old lady's not giving it up.
Get some rocks
Get some rocks.
and go home quite contently.
And then you can sleep on them. That's
Yeah,
Bob.
and then Bob shows up and sleeps on the rock. It's an unfortunate situation.
That's how he got sick and died.
That's not
Too
accurate.
soon.
It was his foot.
He had his foot
He
on
put
that
his
rock.
foot between 2 rocks. Dude, these stories, like the stuff I got on this list, I don't even know where to go with that.
We got some good stories. I'm assuming we don't have a way to tease into the next one. It's going to be a quick.
I'm going to go to a
ending.
quick. Yeah, no, I got rocks. I got
Okay.
rocks.
All right.
I literally, strangely,
Speaking
I
of
got
rocks.
2 with rocks. So there was this kid down in San Diego,
Okay.
and he was throwing rocks at cars.
Did you ever do that as a kid?
Throw rocks at cars?
Yeah.
I would love to say I did not, but that's not accurate.
I never did that.
Young Jimmy and I, we've done some stuff like throw rocks at cars, and like I get it, but at the same time, like I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird the things you'll do when hormones are running through your body. You're
Yeah.
just going crazy, and you're just like, what can I get away with?
Well, and I wonder too if that's something of our generation that, well, obviously they're still doing it, but I would think like our kids and stuff that wouldn't be in their repertoire because they have better stuff to do. But the kids our age, we had nothing to do. It was go outside and find your own entertainment.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, it really was.
Very much so. Like you didn't have the whole world in your palm.
Yeah, my kids now are like, I'm going outside and 10 other kids come over and they play wiffle ball, or I'm going outside and I'm going to the pool. Like me.
Or I'm going to stay inside and chat with 10 friends.
Exactly.
Like you don't have to even leave.
Yeah.
Like the whole you have so much at your disposal.
Yeah, I mean when I was a kid, we had a Nintendo that I got in 5 years after it came out. We didn't have cable for the longest time, and in the summer months, it was like some of the most miserable times of my life because my mom was working, and I'd be at home fighting with my brother and sister all day, and like I was the oldest kid in the neighborhood. I didn't have any friends, and it was in the middle of nowhere, so I couldn't like ride my bike to a strip mall or go anywhere. It was like there were some woods and some apartments. I could go fishing. There was a pond at the apartment complex.
Fishing's good.
Yeah, but a full summer of fishing the same pond over and over gets old very quickly.
I've made full summers out of fishing.
I never.
Well, you know
got
what
into
though?
that.
I lived in a neighborhood, and it was when I didn't want to like play Nintendo with those guys, play football with those guys, play basketball with those guys. Then I'd go fishing.
Yeah.
So I guess I had more options.
I mean, I'd go by myself, exploring in the woods, just
Yeah.
riding my bike around the neighborhood by myself.
Oh, yeah. So I never had that kind of isolated existence. But you would think, though, that like back in our day, it was more likely to throw rocks at cars.
Yeah,
Because we didn't have like the phone in of itself
Yeah.
allows you to communicate with everybody very quickly.
Yeah, and that's something our kids and the youth will never understand. Like, the phone was attached to a wall, and, I mean, when I was young, we didn't even have an answer machine. So it's like you might call a friend, and you might not
You got to
catch
talk
them
to
for
his
days.
fucking mom
Well, first off, an adult
or sister.
answering, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, damn it. I'm just trying to find Todd.
Yeah.
But so this kid was throwing rocks at cars, right? Which I kind of get, but at the same time,
Kids do it.
horrible.
I mean,
So throwing rocks at cars. And apparently he hits a car.
that could kill someone.
It
like,
could.
That's pretty.
No, I can't agree with this.
Well, depending, was it like
I assume
in a
Pebbles.
parking lot, or was it like overpass, or did it
Road going by, and they're just chucking from the side.
say? Okay.
Car gets hit. Dude gets pissed. Turns around. Buddy comes out of the fucking roof in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Has a crossbow of all things
Oh shit.
and shoots the kid with a crossbow.
Wow.
So for starters, I'm not mad because it's rocks and arrows.
It's kind of tit for tat.
It's kind of tit for
Yeah.
It's not exactly, but it's kind of tit for tat. But dude shot a kid with a crossbow.
I bet that dude's in more trouble than the kid will be.
100%.
He could have killed that kid.
Kid's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, if he'd hit him in the neck or the head or something, could have killed him.
Chest, anywhere.
Yeah,
Like he must
him
have,
in the heart. Where'd he hit him?
I'm guessing in the arm.
Okay,
But I don't know that. I'm just literally, you asked me a question, and I'm just giving you an answer.
got you.
That's sometimes what I do. But the reason I liked this story, actually, you know what? I think it was the abdomen.
Okay, that makes sense. Center mass.
Easy shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy shot. But this reminded me of a story. So this had come in, and I read it, and I was like, oh, that's funny because that reminds me of a story from my youth.
A rock or a crossbow story.
Precisely.
Yeah. Did you ever have a blowgun?
I've shot many a blowgun. I never owned a blowgun. Did you own a blowgun?
Went to a gun show with a friend of mine when we were young, and talked to his parents, his dad, into letting us buy blowguns. It was the only thing we could buy at a gun show. That we couldn't buy a gun or anything cool, like throwing stars or anything. But like we could
But he let you get a blowgun
Yeah,
because it's like your lung capacity is the power of the gun.
yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, those sharp little needles in those things. Like you hit somebody in the eye or something.
No, a blowgun. You should never give. No, I'm not. I'm not justifying why. I'm just like, I get the logic wrong.
I did have guns growing up though. I had a BB gun and I had a 20 gauge shotgun. Like I had all these guns when I was 14 and under.
I think you could do far more damage with a 22 than you could with a blowgun. But a BB gun, I would say what could you do more damage with, a blowgun or a BB gun?
That's a good question.
Pointed pellet kind of changes things a little bit.
I mean, my
you know?
BB gun was nice. It could shoot the pellets, and I mean,
I would
it
never
was-
buy one that doesn't do over 1,000 feet a second.
Yeah,
FPS. If you want to get down to brass tacks.
but I mean, I was in the 6th grade when my dad bought me my first shotgun.
What?
Yeah,
That's right, because you grew up in the country.
that's right.
So, I mean, that makes sense.
And I was not happy about it. I was like, I didn't even want it. I was like, I don't even like hunting. Why are you buying me this stupid gun?
Protection.
A single shot 20 gauge
America.
break action that wasn't even
It was
in my
break
possession.
action?
Yeah,
See, I'm jealous. I
they
want that.
kick like a mule, dude.
Was it 20 gauge?
Yeah,
So, I mean, it's not a 12 gauge.
no, but it would kill somebody.
Well, for how 6th grade, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that'll
12-year-old?
That'll throw you back. That'll throw
Yeah.
you back. So, the reason this story I wanted to bring up, because look, this happens. Kids throw rocks. You should not turn around and shoot a dude with a crossbow.
No.
It's a kid. You understand that kids do stupid shit. So, Now I'm gonna take it back.
Uh-oh. Can't wait to see where this goes.
So I was in high school,
Okay.
and I'm driving.
So you should know better.
Now you see, you're making me want to explain the extenuating circumstances, and that's the part I was going to leave out.
Oh, okay.
So I'd been out with my girlfriend.
Gotcha.
Things did not go the way I had intended,
Okay.
so I was frustrated.
Gotcha.
Can I leave
I'm
it
with
at,
you.
Can I leave it at that?
I think we all understand what you're
I
getting
think
at.
most of the listeners get it, but there's female listeners out there. I don't want to play all my cards. So
We've all been there.
yeah, so I'm like, I can't believe this isn't how it went down. I'm so annoyed, and I'm driving home mad. Just
Pent
kinda-
up. Backed up even.
Yes. That's fair. So I'm driving home frustrated.
Yes.
And I'm coming down this country road. And all of a sudden it's like thunk, thunk. My car gets drilled with eggs.
Oh, snap.
One on the windshield, thunk. One on the passenger window, thunk. I'm like,
Better than rocks.
Better than rocks. Actually, kind of funny.
Yeah.
I get it. But I must have gotten
But you're
hit.
fired up.
I was already fired up.
Yeah.
I was driving home listening to Rage Against the Machine.
In your defense, like when I was in high school and I did not have a nice car, that car was my everything. Like I watched it thing weekly. I took much better care of that car than any car I've had since. Like I washed that thing, vacuumed it, I waxed it. Like I did stuff with that car that I never did with any other car.
For the record, this was the best looking Buick Century on the road. And this was right after my grandfather had passed away. So like it was his Buick Century. So this is an old man's Buick Century.
Yeah.
And this thing shined like a diamond. It was nice.
Yeah.
And I'm driving home in my velour seats.
An egg will mess a paint job up.
Absolutely. Now, I don't even know what I've been hit with, though. So, like, I'm acting like, yeah, I was upset because it was egg. I was upset because I'd been hit.
Yeah.
And it was like, thunk, thunk, thunk. Like, I've been drilled. Like, this was well done. And I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
I lit them brakes up. Brrr,
Yeah.
slid to the side of the road, jumped out of that car, and just started running into the woods. Like, I don't know what I'm running after.
Yeah.
And that's a difference in time. Like, right? People have guns and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like running in the woods, just an angry teenager.
You could have come up on some grown-ass adults.
Had I come up on some, we wouldn't have been in this situation.
Yeah.
So I go tearing through the woods, and I'm like running, and all of a sudden, like as I'm running, I can hear the through the woods, and I'm like, I'm gaining
I'm on to them.
because I wasn't
Yeah.
hearing that a second ago, and I'm hearing it now. I'm going, and now I'm close enough, and I see there's three bodies in the woods, and I see two go this way, and I see one go this way, and I'm like, well, the one was further behind.
Yeah.
You know, as any hunter will do, I will chase the weaker.
Yeah. In the single one.
Yeah. It's like, I got a better opportunity to kill here.
Yep.
So I bear off to the left through the woods. I finally catch this.
Pumping full of adrenaline. Like,
Oh, adrenaline and just teenage anger.
yeah.
And I catch this motherfucker by the back of their neck. Wham! On the shirt, like in the woods. Throw this motherfucker down. Rip my hand up, and I'm coming down. And then I see the face of a little girl.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I stopped. I didn't hit.
Oh, man.
Pulled back. You know what I mean? Like brakes, like, burp! I'm like, what the hell? Dude, these two assholes peeled off and left the girl to run on her own. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even do anything about
Yeah.
this. I'm like, who are you with? You know, and she's like, I'm sorry. I'm with Todd and Rod.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I want Todd and Rod. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? How old are you? You know, like now I can't
Yeah.
even beat you up. Like I'm just like, senses are coming
Yeah,
over
yeah.
me, you know. And she's like, I'm in such and such grade, the same grade as my sister. And I'm like, do you know Cassie Kennedy? She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, you better fucking treat her with respect. It was the only
It's
the only defense I had.
yeah.
Like I couldn't kick this girl's ass. I was like, "Do you know her?" And they were like, "Yeah, I do." And I was like, "Well, you treat her with respect."
That was the only card you could pull.
The only thing I was like,
Yeah.
I spare your life and you treat her well. Slinked out of the woods and got in my car. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, you were kind of hamstrung there. I mean, you can't beat the shit out of her.
I can't. I would have beat the shit out of Rod and Todd.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
This is like a 7th grade girl. And
Yeah.
like at the same time, like I'm a kid who just years prior had like thrown shit at cars.
Yeah.
So I
When
get
if you're
it.
driving, you're 16, 17, like you're damn near a man.
Yeah, and I'm not far removed from the stupidity that is adolescence.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm still in adolescence, but younger adolescence.
Yeah.
But had I caught them, I would have just punched till they were bleeding.
Yeah.
Like, if they're dudes, and now knowing that they were younger, I could have won.
Yeah.
Like, they were 4 years my younger, and I was at the stage where I'm like the first stage of man.
Yeah.
So they were still kid. I would have been like, ha ha, I have
Gotcha.
defeated you and your eggs. But it was their, and I was like, I think I even told her, I was like, hey, these guys are shit. They left you.
Yeah.
Remember
and they
that.
were.
Yeah. I said, you treat my sister with respect, and those guys are assholes. They left you in the woods. I didn't know what else to do. I gave her a life lesson.
In their defense, what are you going to do?
You fucking stay with the girl.
But like, it's fight or flight, and everybody's just going. Like,
I get that. But
I don't know how you stay with a group of 3. I don't know how you keep a group of 3 together when everybody just trucks.
they left her.
They definitely didn't double back. It doesn't sound like.
No, they left her. They left
Yeah.
her to the wolves. And I never liked that. So I figured I'd give her a life lesson.
There you go.
These dudes are no good. They left you in the
Yeah.
woods.
Well, first they had you egging rando cars. Like,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't have done that on your own accord.
And you need to treat my sister with respect because, I mean, come on now. She's cool. And I assume you're cool because you're out here egging cars. And like at like 13, that's like the coolest.
yeah.
So,
You got a almost 13-year-old. You really hope that's what she starts doing.
dude, I almost killed that girl. I felt horrible. I felt horrible. I couldn't believe it. And I had been, like, there's a walk of shame that occurs when, like, you come out of a house in the morning in college. There's a very different walk of shame when you walk out of the woods thinking, I almost just punched a 13-year-old girl in the fucking mouth.
I bet.
But I didn't do it. That would have been a very different walk of shame. I did hold back.
Good for you. Good for you not killing that little girl.
Not all heroes wear capes, Troy.
Not all of them. Some of them drive old Buicks covered in eggs.
I did have to scrub the shit out that egg.
Oh, yeah.
Because that night I wasn't going to do it. And the next day
Yep,
it was all
it was all
caked
dried,
on.
yeah.
Dude, it was horrible.
Yep. Pretty gross stuff.
I was very upset. Very upset.
Yeah. Somebody fucking with my car, man. That's a no-go, especially when you're young. That's the only, like, legit valuable thing I owned.
Yeah, and it was my grandfather's. And
Yeah.
it was still raw. It was a whole thing. The whole
And you
thing.
just gone through some trauma?
And that car later in life got treated with not the amount of respect that it should.
Yeah.
But in that moment, a lot of respect. A lot of respect. That car later
Well, it's
became
one thing for you to disrespect it. It's another thing for someone else.
It's a lesson I learned.
Yeah.
Lesson I learned.
The hard way. But you learned.
Correct. She almost learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
I felt bad. But I didn't kill her.
I wonder if she still remembers that story and if she tells it.
Do you ever think about that? Like stories that like they mean something to you and they come up. You think about it like if the other person remembers that story or ever tells that.
You know what I started thinking about in the past few years? Both sides of this coin. One, does anyone have a story about me that was like, oh, Troy was such a good guy. He did this one time, and he was really nice.
Yes.
And the other side, because I don't like bullies. Most people don't.
Sure.
I was bullied. Didn't appreciate it. My kids are of the age now where like they can be a bully and or get bullied. It's kind of on my mind all the time.
I still hate Randy Harris.
Exactly. I got a guy named Lee that I can't stand.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, was I ever a bully? Like, there's a good chance I probably was not nice to a kid at some point.
And not saying this against you, but like in general, yes,
Yeah.
you've been a bully, and every one of us.
Like, is it to the point where like that kid remembers my name and has thought about me in a bad way? Because if that's true,
I would say yes, and I'm not saying that against you. I'm just saying like in general.
no, because I don't. The only bully I remember was like physically a bully. Like I only have one that I remember. So that means obviously I have more. Everyone's has more than one. So there's obviously some bullies around the way that you don't remember, or somebody who was not nice to you that you don't remember. You don't remember them all. So like, was I ever such a dick to someone that they still would recall me in that manner?
So there's different kinds of bullies. There's habitual bullies,
Yeah.
and then there's just dicks.
Yeah.
You were probably never a habitual bully where you bullied everybody as kind of your means of communication. You just were a bully. But you don't think there was a kid on the bus that like you ribbed and you don't even think about it?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, I was more the one getting bullied than being the bully, but I'm sure I was definitely rude at some point and mocking someone and picking on someone, because that's just...
But that's it. Picking on is bullying in its most basic sense.
Yeah, but my point is, was I ever considered someone's bully?
Maybe not their prime bully, like their number one with a bullet. But I guarantee...
We've all been rude, obviously.
Yeah.
Especially as children. You don't know. And a lot of times for guys, I mean, my wife still gets on me about how I communicate with a lot of my friends, because most of the way we communicate to show affection isn't in a nice manner. It's busting.
Well, that's
chops
how guys...
and stuff.
I've said this before. I'll say it again. If a guy is like always nice to me,
Yeah.
I don't trust that motherfucker one bit.
Yeah.
But if a guy is like...
But what if he brings you beer every week?
That's fine. But if he
He's
doesn't...
always nice
But
to
if
you.
he doesn't have
that
the...
guy's always nice to you.
No. If a dude doesn't have the balls to occasionally be like, you bitch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like there is a point where men show love for each other by being like, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Or, hey, screw you. You screwed up. Like, they call you out.
Yeah.
If a dude never calls me out and is always polite to me, I don't trust that guy.
Your spidey sense tingles.
Yeah. If a dude is only nice to me, he doesn't like me. In fact, I've said this before in like work situations where like I've had a client, right? And like we talk all the time. The first time they're like, you dumbass. I pause and I go, oh, this is a big moment for us. And I was like, you just shit on me.
Yeah.
I like you too. Like
Yeah.
It's very much, it's kind of just how guys communicate.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's right, but I know it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is how guys show affection. If they don't dog a dude, they don't respect him.
But we have changed as men, because I would say we definitely are better at showing affection, real affection, than our parents were.
Sure. But I don't trust affection from a guy that isn't like, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
I won't accept it.
Yeah.
I think it's suspect.
Yeah.
Or as the kids say, sus. You know? I think it's a little sus if you don't come at me a little bit.
Yeah, but like our parents would never tell our dads would never say to their friends, hey man, I love you. You're a good friend.
Hell no.
Yeah.
But they'll say, you're a dick. You know?
That's for sure. That's
the
for
difference
sure.
these days is I go, you're a dick. I love you, man.
Yeah.
Like we follow it up with a little something sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time. But I truly believe that if a guy won't bust my balls, I don't trust that dude.
Yeah.
The day you start busting my balls, I'm like, all right, we're cool.
And vice versa.
Oh, the first time I tell you to go fuck off, you know.
You're cool with me.
Yeah, you're in my good graces. Now, if the first thing I tell you is to fuck off, this is a different.
Yeah.
So let's establish that. If my initial reaction to you is fuck off,
Yeah.
you have angered me.
Yeah, it's funny because now you say it and I think about it, like if I don't like somebody, I would not tend to be rude to them in any fashion.
Why would you? You want them gone.
Yeah, I'd just be like, "Hey man, how you doing? Oh, good to hear.
Cool.
All right. Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
As soon as I go, you bitch.
Yeah.
I care about you.
Yeah.
I want to be around you. It is just how we act. We are men. We're alphas. We're always competing. And if I won't bust your balls, I'm not even giving you the time of day.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it.
So what do you think? Like,
yeah, fuck you.
do you think you're somebody? Do you think someone would recall you from your youth and be like, that guy Brendan? Like, I just wonder, like, is there a guy putting lipstick on with a list marking names out? You know,
I've
Steve Buscemi.
I've never been a bully, but I have certainly had moments that I regret.
Yeah.
And I can remember them like they're ticking through my mind. Like they are very forefront in my mind. Like there was a girl on my bus that had hairy ears. And I would clown her about her hairy ears. And the reason I clowned her about her hairy ears is because she had giant tits.
So was it a I like you kind of thing? Okay.
It was a me not understanding how to interact.
Yeah.
So I just clowned her about her hairy ears.
Yeah.
Truth is, I really wanted her to like me.
Yeah.
I failed at that mission horribly.
Miserably.
But there is a chance that she is like, Brendan was an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Now, I don't think she thinks that way because we ended up working together later and she's reached out to me a couple times. I've ignored her. but because I'm married, right? And I don't want to open up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I always thought she was really attractive and like I made fun of her. And I'm like, how much did I hurt her by making fun of her?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think that still goes on with the youth.
Especially
today.
with young boys. Because this is like, keep in mind, this is like junior high.
Well, young girls do that too, where they pick on boys and hit boys. And
But it's like, it's that old, like, oh, he's picking on you, he likes you.
Yeah.
That was literally a fact for me. I made fun of this girl because she had hair on her ears because I didn't want to talk about how much I just wanted to touch her breasts.
I don't think that would have gone over well either.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, look at her boobs.
I love this girl's boobs. Check them out.
But I remember one bully. This is a horrible story, but like he wouldn't stop making fun of me. He just wouldn't stop. Like he just kept at me at lunch and everything. And this is like junior high, you know. He's just like needling me. And I knew this dude's dad had passed away.
Ooh. That's a good card to pull.
I did. And I'm not like proud of it. But like he had pushed me to the brink.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say if he's there is a reap what you sow here. Like I never pulled that card, but you made me pull that card.
Like he was the bully.
Yeah.
And he just kept coming at me and like he wouldn't stop. And he just kept making fun of me. And he was making fun of my shoes because he had like the nice shoes.
Yeah.
He had the Jordan 4s.
Yeah.
For a fact, if you want to get down to brass tacks, he had the Jordan 4s. It was like,
never owned a pair of Jordans.
Neither have I. And he was like, he was in my ass, making fun of my shoes, making fun of my shit. Like at the lunch table, like he's coming over and he's like clowning me. And I finally snapped and I was like, hey, go to hell. You'll see your dad there.
Nice.
And this motherfucker grabbed me up, was like, you son of a bitch. And like, we went out in the hall and we fought and it got broken up. It was like a junior high fight, you know? And it's like, we're swinging and like, but I've always regretted it. I've always felt like I should have been the bigger man in that moment. Like, even if he's busting my balls, I should have never come at him.
Yeah, but you got to stand your ground too. That's a tough thing I got to teach my kids too, where it's like my oldest son is definitely passive when it comes to that stuff. And it's weird because I know a lot of his peers talk trash to him, and a lot of the things they talk trash in, which is weird to me too, he's better than them at, but they'll still talk trash. And I'm like, dude, call their bluff. Like, say, let's go do X, Y, Z. Like, you want to battle on the field? Let's go battle.
Yeah. That's pretty much. That's always how it went down. You remember, like, did you ever have this in school where like the kids would break up into the A team and the B team,
Yeah.
and like you would play like soccer
Yeah.
or football at recess, but it was like the A team was all the good kids,
Yep.
and the B team was all the scrubs,
Yeah.
and that would happen all the time. And I was always like, I was the line,
Yeah.
and I was typically like the B team
Ace.
captain,
Yeah.
you know. And like I caught more shit because I was the kid who could beat them.
Yeah.
But I never was good enough to get on the A team.
Yeah.
So I was always catching that shit, but kind of leading the nerds.
Yeah.
And when we would win, boy, they didn't like that shit. You know what I mean?
No.
But it developed into a thing where like when I would make the A team, I'd be like, nah, I'd rather beat you from a point of deficit than like,
Yeah. Then be on your.
I'd rather lose 5 times for the 1 W.
Yeah.
But that ended up creating more bully situations.
Yeah.
Because then I caught the worst nickname ever. They called me Wonder Boy.
Like the bat.
Yeah. But they would call me Wonder Boy because they were like, oh, Wonder Boy scored again. They would make fun of me about that. But then the B team squad would be like, yeah, Wonder Boy.
That's our guy.
That's our guy. And I'm like, yeah, but they're making fun of me. They're calling me Wonder Boy because I'm the bitch.
Isn't it funny how like a cool name like that can be detrimental?
Yeah, they were like, oh, Wonder Boy scored another touchdown. Wonder Boy shot the shot. And so they would make fun of me with it. And then the B team was like, yeah, Wonder Boy. And I remember when I moved from Arizona to Virginia. Did you know I lived in Arizona?
Wait, what? I'm not even sitting down, dude.
Yeah. So I moved from Arizona to Virginia. And the B squad was all at my going away party. And they made a big sign that said Fly High Wonder Boy and a dot matrix printer, like a big banner. And that was like there. And I brought it to Virginia and I hung it in my room.
Nice.
But it was actually a make fun name.
Yeah.
Like I had been clowned as the Wonder Boy because I was
Yeah, but when the B team said it, it felt good probably.
it felt really good. And when I was leaving, I was like, okay. And that was when I owned it, going from like the name that the good team would make fun of me with,
Yeah.
to like I'm the king of the nerds.
That's right.
To me,
I'm with you. I'd rather be
the king of the nerds,
Yeah.
than a dick.
yeah.
That was kind of where I always ended up. So I don't think I was ever a bully, but I do regret saying that shit to that dude Joe.
We could all look back on things we
I have
did and
regrets.
said, but like
Never a bully.
My thing was the like cutoff. Like, would you be considered the bully of somebody?
I don't think anybody can be like, that dude roamed through the halls
Yeah.
picking on people. Shit. That was the king of the nerds in junior high, you know? It was very different.
Yeah, junior high was bad, man.
Hate junior high.
I don't know anyone that enjoyed it. And I only had to do 2 years of it, so I kind of lucked out, but it was still pretty damn bad.
Me too. We only had 2 years where I was from.
Well, yeah, we switched. It was K through 7 was kindergarten, and then 8 and 9 was middle school, and then they switched
Oh,
it
that's
to,
weird.
to 6, 7, 8 was middle school.
And see, where I was, 7, 8 were middle school.
Yeah, so I went through K through 6 in elementary school, and then 7, 8 in middle. But it's just weird. Like, you didn't know who you were. You didn't know who your friends were.
You don't have hair in the right places.
Everybody's growing at different intervals. Like, it's weird. Like, I'll go up to our kids' school, and it's like you see 8th graders that are bigger than you are. Like, it's wild.
Yeah. And then you see 7th graders who were smaller than my daughters.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's a weird time. I hate middle school.
You'll have both in middle school next year.
Yeah, I'm super psyched. Super psyched. I can't wait for all the awkwardness.
Well, it sounds like your daughter and my son made it through kind of scot-free. I asked him straight up. I was like, how's it been? He's like, not too bad. You know, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's telling me?
I hated middle school.
Yeah.
Right now, if you could you go back in time anytime, and you're like, but you pick 2 years you don't want to go back to. I'd be like,
yeah.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Hated that.
High school was kind of fine because, like, everybody just had found their place by high school. Like, even if you weren't the most popular kid, that was fine.
Looking back, it was more awkward than it was in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I was that kid that kind of moved through. I was the king of the nerds.
Yeah.
Like in a sense, like I hung out with all the popular kids. I also hung out with all the nerds.
Yeah.
I
kind of did the same thing. Me and my best friend were not in any particular group.
I literally sat at the cool lunch table but never felt like I belonged.
Yeah.
But like I was allowed. I would get invited to the parties, but I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I was like a fucking, and then I would go and I would make a absolute ass out of myself because I was a horrible drunk.
Yeah, I was weird because like I knew like all the jocks because I played a high school sport, but like I didn't go to all the football games like all the popular kids because I was at skating rink, but I was like the cool kid at skating rink. Well, then I also knew all the rednecks, so I'd go to like the field parties and stuff too. Like I could kind of go in and out of
I could go in
all
any
the
group.
circles. Yeah,
I would go to the football games with the cool kids, and then I'd go to the nerd shit. Like I just went wherever I wanted to go.
That's how you want to be.
Oh, you know what my big thing was? I always hung out with the class below me.
Ah,
I was a huge fan. Like I liked those guys so much more.
yeah,
I don't know why. It's like the people who were like juniors when I was a senior. I was like, I love all these guys.
I hung out with the class ahead of me.
Oh, so did I. So that was the weird thing. So like, I would hang out with the class ahead of me. I actually partied with all of them all the
Yeah.
time. Never really got along. I mean, I got along just fine,
Yeah,
and then hung out all the time on the weekends with the class below me when I was a senior. Which brings me to a point. I want to send a shout out to Jason out in
Jason,
California.
Yeah,
My man just sent us, and he was in the grade below me,
yeah,
which is crazy. You think about it, like big podcast listener, grade below me, went to college with me. Like it's my guy.
super
Sent
super
us-
nice guy.
Sent a bunch of money.
Yeah,
I mean, a bunch of money, like
whole bunch
exorbitant amounts of money to the Venmo. What is that Venmo?
at Inside the Pallet House at Venmo.
Hooked us up with a bunch of money. Literally, he has just started the fund for when this board dies.
Yes, he's the first big contributor. We'll have to name the next board after him.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that the flow.
Yeah, there we
The
go.
next board's the flow.
for sure.
Like that is a
See
big.
his son doing big things in the football world too. Dude,
Dude.
kicking ass, man. You're gonna be seeing him on Saturday soon enough.
Shit, you could have seen Jason on Saturdays. That
Yeah.
dude had the fastest damn feet I've ever seen in my life. I'm serious.
I believe you.
And could hit a dude
Yeah.
at a rate that you wouldn't believe. Very impressive, man. One time he was pledging my fraternity. I asked him to hit me with all he's got.
Oh God.
I was
Why?
like, because
Because you're that's right. You're super tough.
I'm a badass.
Yeah, that's right.
In my mind,
Yeah.
I'm a badass. The physical being is not,
Yeah.
but the mental being.
mental, yeah.
is fuck. So I was like, do me a favor, man. I was like, we get a 3-point stance. So I want you to hit me with everything you got. And he's like, you don't want me to hit you with everything I got. I was like, I'm telling you, I want you to hit me with everything you got.
Were y'all on grass at least?
No, I was in my living room.
Oh my God.
So I launched at him. I'd never been hit so hard in my life.
I hope it was a huge room. I could see.
Put
him,
me
like-
back into a couch.
I was
which
gonna say
great.
he could have put you through a wall or
Nah, put me
into
into a couch.
sink or something.
I still think he took a little off
I believe
the
it.
jump because he didn't want to like kill a brother.
Yeah.
He killed a brother. Like mentally, he broke me, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Now I know I don't fight him.
Yeah.
I'll fight everyone else.
There we go.
He's the only dude off my list.
He's on your side.
Literally, he's the only dude off my list. I'll fight Ely right now, and I've lost to Ely. I still fight him. Jason? No. That dude beat
Well,
me
he's
up.
a donor too, so
Double win. That's all I'm saying. Just send a shout out. I just want to say thank you, man. I really do
Thank you, thank
appreciate
you.
that. That was
very
it
generous.
was more than generous, and we certainly respect it. In fact, if anyone else does want to send money to the Inside the Pallet House Venmo, they can do so at.
Inside the Pallet House.
It's that easy.
That simple.
That's pretty simple.
It doesn't have to be on the flow side of things. We take any and all donations. A $5 donation.
Man.
Nice.
Well, the way six packs are these days.
Yes. But still.
Start at 8. Start at 8. I would like the starting point to be. Just saying. I think 8's a fair number.
Yes.
If you haven't had a chance to head over to our Facebook page, you can easily do so. It's just Inside the Pallet House podcast on Facebook.
Gotten a lot of interactions and
As of late,
Yeah.
as of late, our downloads
numbers
are
are
way
going
up.
up, yeah.
way up. I don't understand what that's about, but
Blown up.
whatever
Maybe
you're doing,
less stew.
maybe
mean-
more Cincinnati swaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Head over to do yourself a favor. Go over to your friend, and he says, "I listen to podcasts." Grab his phone, sign him up or her up to Inside the Pallet House podcast. That's the old Cincinnati SWAT. We could use a little more of that. The numbers are going up. I'd like to keep that trajectory going.
For sure.
It would be nice. If you haven't had a chance to head over to our Gmail account, it's insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. That is the easiest way to send us topics.
Yep.
We would love to hear from you there. And we do read those before every episode. And we will talk about your topic, assuming it's not trash.
Yeah. And most of them aren't.
No. If you haven't had a chance to get a mortgage yet, you need to buy a house, head over to screendoormortgage.com. They will take care of you.
Somehow.
That's right. Oh, we just tore down the bridge between who's who. All right, that's fine. Head over there. Jimmy will take care of you.
You said
I said Atlanta Gym. I don't think anyone knows that.
Yeah.
I'd say Screen Door Gym.
They're different guys.
And if you want to head over to nectarsunglasses.com, drop Abacus in the coupon code, you get 20% off. That's a good deal on an already reasonably priced sunglass.
Yep.
Thank you guys
Get two while you're there.
Dude, might I recommend the Sustos? I am hooked on the Sustos. That is my absolute jam right now.
That's your jam? You're
Dude,
feeling the Suso.
Love them. That is a high quality sunglass.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.